Hey guys, Max here, and welcome back to another After Effects tutorial. Now in today's tutorial, we're going to make some little earth thing. Really simple. I was kind of goofing around like, what does this do? What does that do? Earth spinning, looks 3D, earth pops up, quick fall to the earth, then time. Fade to black, or, you get it. Pretty straightforward. Yeah. So, let's get started. Shouldn't take that long. Hopefully you'll learn something cool and quick. So open up After Effects. I already have it here, but we're going to delete all this because we don't need it anymore. Click delete. Sounds good to me. So first off, you're going to need to make an earth. So what we're going to do is start out with a composition. So new composition. Let's make it 10 seconds to start out. 60 frames a second, 1920 by 1080 square pixels, background color black, comp 1. You can call it whatever you want, it doesn't matter, but click OK. Got a new composition. You can turn the background on and off with this button. Let's leave it on for now. So what you're going to need is, you're going to need an earth image. So open up your favorite internet browser. I'm using Google Chrome because of things, and I have this cool like graffiti background. Oh, what you're gonna do is Google search for Earth or flat Earth map, and go to images. Let's go to search tools, size large, and this one looks pretty promising. It's 2700 by 1350. Looks all right. We could probably go with that one. All right, let's open it up. View image. Oh, not that. And then save image as desktop. Sure. There's that. So we'll take that image and actually drag it into our composition. Drag it into our project panel, not our composition, then drag it into our composition. So it's that. It's an earth. And I actually found a different one online a little bit ago, which is this one. Drag it in. It looks a little more legit, I think. Is it the same size? Yeah, it's a little bigger too. So let's use the stretched one that I found online, but you're going to Google search these bad boys. Cool. So I'll leave a link in the description where to find this exact image, I promise. So what you're going to do is type Cece Sphere, perspective, Cece Sphere, drop it onto this layer. And what this does is takes a flat image and it wraps it into a circle. Oh my gosh, look there. Now it's still a flat image, so if I were to rotate this, it'd be like that. Still a flat image. But inside of here, the Cece Sphere effect controls, you can control a lot of cool stuff. So light intensity, make it brighter on one side. Looks kind of nice. Then the light color, we could go over here and make it red for red earth. For all we care. Light direction. That's kind of neat. Look at there. But the sun never really moves, technically. I mean, technically it is moving, but it's not. And there you go. You can play with these settings. You can also rotate your earth. So rotate it around the x-axis is pretty cool. Rotate it on the y, which is kind of the normal rotation, I would imagine. And then you have Z, which is this. Cool. Next, we need to make some stars. So what we're going to do is I'm going to open up Photoshop right here real quick. And what we're going to do is go to File, New, Untitled, fine, width 3840 by 2160, a 4K document at 300 pixels per square inch. Click OK. Now change the background to black, so Command Delete, change the background to black. The black is sat here. If this was a different color, it would change it to that different color. Then click New Layer, bottom right here. Click on your brush, go to this little circle, make it really small, and click around on the screen. So essentially what we're doing is making stars. And kind of click around. Looks pretty random. I like it. Cool. So turn off your background layer. click File, Save As. We're going to save it as a PNG to get that nice PNG. Transparent background called Stars. 2 S's because I think I already named one Stars. Click OK. And yeah, so what we'll do is find that file. We will drag and drop it into our project and then drag it into our composition under Earth. And there's stars, and it's pretty big. So scroll out. This is our background image. Cool, stars. What we need now is to make more of these stars. So what we're going to do is turn on the 3D layers. So go to your Earth little thing right here, click 3D. Now if this doesn't show, go to columns, go to, is it switches? Yes. So you're going to turn your switches on. Columns, switches, which gives you this little 3D icon. Do the same thing for your stars. Click the 3D icon. And then what we're going to do is actually Command D, duplicate the stars. Grab the Z-axis right here in the middle and drag it back. Click R for rotation and rotate it around the Z-axis to give it a little depth. Then we'll duplicate this layer again, bring it closer to us, and rotate it again around the Z-axis. And probably scale it up a little bit. I mean, you know, just to cover our grounds. Oh, this is fine. So, we have stars. Cool. Now, I'm pretty sure our Earth is somewhere. We'll put it right here. See, that's right in front of the background. And if I'm not mistaken, I can go to Views, and you can see these are our images. So if we grab this, that's our Earth. This is our second layer of stars. This is our back layer. And we should have a front layer right here. So cool. So here's our Earth layer. You can see where it's positioned. Yeah. So go back to one view, which is our top view. And we're pretty good to go. We're good to go so far. So next, what we're going to need is some text. So this time, we'll do something different. We'll click with the text tool, whatever. Let's call it Maxwell. And let's highlight it because right now it's black text. Let's make it white text. Roboto. Let's go to Babus New. You know, it's my favorite all-time text. Maxwell. Highlight it and make the text a lot bigger. Well, yeah, this is good size. Move it to the middle by clicking this little button right here, and then turn it into a 3D layer. Now, right now it's behind the Earth. We want it in front of the Earth. So if we drag it towards us, Maxwell. And maybe we'll change this back to Earth because, you know, it makes sense. Cool. Next, what we're going to need is a camera. So what we're going to do is create a new object. So new null object. Let's call it camera control. And then click camera. New camera. Pops up this stuff. Click OK. Not a big deal right now. Then take your camera control. Take this little pen tool. This little parent tool. Yeah, the parent tool. And drag it to the... Nope. Excuse me. Take the camera parent and drag it to the camera control. So when you turn this 3D layer on the camera control and you decide to move the null object, it will move your camera for you. How cool is that? Can you see where we're going? I think so. So what we're going to do now is actually make our Earth thing move. So hit R on your keyboard with the Earth selected. Now around 5 seconds, we're going to click, I think it's the Y rotation. Yes. We're going to click the key or the hourglass on the Y rotation for the key right here, and then move it back in time a little bit. I don't know, 1.5 seconds, and then we're going to rotate it 90 degrees. So type 90 degrees. Now, as you can see, it rotates into position. So that's cool. We'll right click this, keyframe assistant, ease out. Oh, not ease in, excuse me. Ease out and then ease in. And what we'll do is we'll go into the graph editor and scroll down. Here it is. Drag this one right here really far. So it kind of goes really slow and it falls onto position. So it'll be like, boom, just like that. And if we play it, oh my gosh. Just like that. Go back here. How cool is that? Next, what we need to do is change the opacity. So around right here on your timeline, click T for opacity. Click the hourglass, scroll back on your timeline, click U on your keyboard to see all your keyframes, and drag your opacity down to 0. Then right click, easy ease, right click, easy ease. So it fades in right about there. Sweet. Next, what we're going to do is click on our camera control and click P for position and key the position right here. Then we're going to kind of zoom in to about right here. Grab the Z axis on our camera control and start moving in. Awesome, awesome. Then right about right here, we're going to zoom in really far to make it like too far. Then right about there is good. So what we'll do is we'll right click, keyframe assistant, ease out, then right here, easy ease, and then right here, we'll go to ease in. But what we're going to do to make it kind of like it's going slow, and the earth happens, we'll actually kind of move this back. About right there. Earth's rotating, then it starts going. We want this to end right here. Changing the keyframes around to make it nicer. It's going. Too far, too far. Going really slowly. Earth. The final frontier. Let's move it back in time a little bit back. That's almost perfect. And then it speeds up and goes like that. So we'll click on this layer, click on the graph editor, and right about here, click on this, grab your Bezier tool and zoom it out. So it's going to just start speeding up and then going like that. So what we need to do now is make our Earth rotate. So right now it looks kind of funny up here. So what we're going to do is take the x-axis and move it back some. We'll land somewhere in South America. Sounds good to me. So we'll scroll all the way forward this way, key our y-axis, scroll back, and kind of do this, because I forget which way Earth rotates, but we'll start over here so you can kind of see stuff. Africa. So on our Earth, we'll hit U on our keyboard to see our keyframes. Ease out. Ease in. And we'll actually drag this keyframe kind of off frame right here. So it's already rotating by the time we get to it. Earth. And then we'll give it a little render and see what it looks like. So it's rendered. It's going. It's going. Earth pops out. Kind of slows down. And then we drop to the planet. So, kind of neat. I think we could change the keyframe on this a little bit to fix it. Right now it just kind of has an abrupt stop. And we don't want an abrupt stop. We want it to kind of get back to it almost. So it's right here. That looks good. That works for us. Cool. So a few more steps in the process to get that little last bit. But we got this. We have it rotating Earth. What we're going to do is highlight all of this, hit pre-compose. Call it whatever you want. No big deal. Then go to composition settings. Change it to about, I don't know, 15 seconds. Click OK. So if we scroll back in time, we can see that there's more time to this. We'll right-click New. Let's do New Solid. Change it to a white solid, 1920 by 1080. Play that. Scroll it back to around right here. So at this point in our lives, I think right here could start to turn white. So we'll click T on this layer, key the opacity, scroll back in time, and scroll it down to 0. So right click, keyframe assistant, ease in, right click, keyframe assistant, ease out. I know there are shortcuts here you can use, but I always kind of right click. It's not a big deal. Then boom, changes the white, and then we get some text on the screen. 20 Earth. Nope. We're gonna go to Babus New, change it to black, and type. It begins. That sounds epic in some way. Then click move this layer over, click T, opacity, scroll it down to 0. Whoa. Scroll this down to 0. Right click, ease out, ease in. Yep. And to kind of top it all off, it begins. Make this really small. Take the center point, move it to the kind of the middle. So we click here, it's strictly in the middle. It begins. Cool sound effects, would be awesome. Then we're going to go to effects and presets, force motion blur, CC force motion blur. Drag it onto this. Samples 8, that's fine. So when this thing is actually animating, it looks really nice. It will slow your render times down a lot, but it'll look nice. So look at that. You can already see it's getting kind of blurry. It begins. Yep. Then once you're done with that, composition, add to render queue. Click it, save it wherever you want. I usually go to lossless settings, click on the lossless name, click it right here. Then your channel RGB format options, I usually render it out at Apple ProRes 422 or Apple ProRes 422 HQ. Nice file size, looks good. Click OK, render it, and you're ready to go. But thanks, guys. I'm Max, and I hope you enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe. I know this tutorial wasn't like the most epic thing you've seen ever, but maybe give you a cool tip or two to make some kind of couple-minute Earth thing to show your friends. So, yeah, that's about it. Like I said, like and subscribe, and there'll be more soon. Leave a comment in the comments section for more information. Gracias.